Okay, so that's all figured out. That's looking good. Where's my beverage? Okay. Oh, what's going on, Adam? How are you, buddy? Oh, it's early here, my friend. It is early. Sound okay? Okay. Yep. Hmm. Yeah, I do like the new stadium. I've watched it probably 5, 10 times already. I was a little not pessimistic, a little down about the initial 52,000, but I've seen and had some comments and talked to some people that have kind of convinced me that 52,000 raised into 62 may just be the way to do things in this day and age. Mainly because a lot of people were saying that some big stadiums, that's a big thing we have here in America, is that because it's so tiered and it's so high that the distance from the pitch or from the basketball court or from the, American football stadium, it's so far away that it's barely even worth getting into the stadium. You basically watch the game on the big screens as opposed to actually being able to see what's going down, on the pitch. Okay, Everton, don't ruin this for me. Let's see if I can get this up and going. Da-dum-da-da. Am I logged in? Oh, you gotta make sure you're logged in. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh yeah, we definitely need a center forward. Obviously, Nias isn't going to cut it, right? We all know this. Theo can play down the middle, but we can't have that for the entire Premier League season. Cenk Tosin, no, but we've known that we need a forward for the longest time, and let's hope it works. Obviously, you know, Moyes Ken, what representatives or agents have come apparently into the country to discuss something. The whole Zaha. What do you think about Zaha, Adam? Let's get into that. Zaha. I'm kind of mixed about it, but I really would like to see us get a lot of penalties in the season. People are saying he's using us for, you know, Arsenal to come in for a bigger bid, but Arsenal just don't have the money. And Arsenal are really not in any better shape than we are. when it comes to, yeah, they're playing in the Emmerdale Cup, the Europa League, but I don't think they're going to have a great season. Again, I don't think Manchester United are going to have a great season. I think Chelsea's kind of going to be up in the air, so, you know, we're the next best thing going. So, if he's the type of player that likes to come in and work on a project, we can play anywhere across the front line. We've got Richie that can do the same thing. Bernard can. So, I mean, if we can have an interchangeable 4 or 5 players in that top line, I think Zaha would be a great fit. Oh, you like Ken and Zaha? Yeah, I don't see any problem with us buying those two if we can get them. That's what, 100, just over 100 million, if close to it. Offload Tosin. I think it'd be a good piece of business, and like everything else that we need to start doing, start making a statement and saying, hey, here's how we're, especially with the stadium coming out, right? Like, everyone's looked at the stadium. It's nice, it's flashy, it's got the big stand, it's got all the other stuff that goes on in the community. Look kind of good outside. It's on the dock. It's a historic location. You can't really be building stadiums like that and not having the ambition to go further. So Moyes can, and even if it's for 2 years, with our buyback clause, even if Zaha, we play over the odds for what Zaha may be worth, if you get what I'm saying. But no, I think it's intent, and if it breaks down and falls apart, then there's not much you can do. But no, I was just about to say that. I think if we got Ken on loan, Tosin, McCarthy, and 40 million, I'd offer. Seriously, I would offer Tosin, McCarthy, Balassi, and still do the 60 million. 3 players, 60 million. Come on, Zaha, let's do it. So we got 4 minutes to kick off. Oh, the Opel Cup. That looks great. Oh, I had it on silent. Oh, it's early here. 6 a.m. 6 a.m. in the morning. And I do that every weekend for Everton Football Club. I mean, at least it's not somewhere where people have to stay up super late. I'd rather wake up super early, get my coffee inside of me with my probiotics and my proteins and Crown Royal. Anyways, I was going to kind of give a heads up to the starting lineup. Basically, right now, if Richarlison was injured, which is how we'd probably be going into the season, right? Minus Holgate at centre back, Michael Keane be playing, but obviously he got knocked around against Wigan. There was some disgraceful tackling and disgraceful refereeing in that game, obviously, but that's by the by. Pickford in goal. Yep. Mina, Holgate centre backs. What else do we have to do? Zuma's not back and is probably not coming back. Keane's injured or just not up for it. Coleman and Digne at the back. What else can you ask for? Two very, very good centre backs, always bombing down the line. Gomez and Delph. It's going to be great to see. Get a look at, is it Fabian or Fabian? I don't think it matters. A lot of people say Fabian. I like to say Fabian. Fabian Delph, Andre Gomez in the middle there, just Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson, I think, has kind of been a passenger and not been too involved in preseason yet. I mean, he's played, but he just hasn't really done too much. I don't know if it's just link-up play that's off, if it was because Nias was playing in front of him for the first, the first 2 preseason games, and then the Carabangi Sharks doesn't really count. And then Bernard and Walcott and Calvert-Lewin up top, so can't do much better than that. My only issue is if that's our starting 11 for this game, the starting 11 for the second game in 3 hours, is that just going to be the next 11 because I don't think that's going to be a very exciting game to watch. Sorry, don't stab me, don't bite my head off. But I thought the second half against Wigan, it was great to see the young lads come out. Tom Davis had a great time, but the quality definitely went down a level. Yeah, that cup doesn't look too bad. You know, more silverware. I mean, that could be our second piece of silverware this season, right? But it's not because Carabangi Sharks already beat us to the Sports Pacer Cup. Let's hope that we can win this cup. All blue. That I'm liking the way that all blue looks. Okay, let's go. Let's get excited. It's time. It's time. And position myself here. Okay. Zuma in the January transfer window, huh? So what do you think? Do we wait? Do we wait for that then, and then just go with what we've got until January? But we'd have to be almost kind of guaranteed in January, right? But I don't know. I think we should just look elsewhere. Maybe even just as a placeholder. I mean, really, if we're going to go out and win this whole cup and we want to play the under-23s in the second game, have to go out and bang 4 or 5 past these lads. Right. Okay, here we go. We're underway. I'm probably going to be a little behind anybody watching in the UK or Europe because I am in America, so it takes a couple of seconds more for the signal to get across, obviously. But that all blue kit does look really, really, really sharp, though. The home kit's grown on me, by the way. I think this Sevilla team is going to be a pretty decent challenge. Let's get it going. Everton FC. We are by far greatest team. Yeah, I've ordered the away kit also. I order all 3 kits each season. That's like a treat to myself. But you like the away kit though, Adam? I think it's really nice. But I'm the kind of person that wouldn't ever wear that color out in public. But because it's an Everton jersey, I have no choice. People might look at me like, "Oh, look at that! That's a guy wearing pink or salmon or coral." But who cares about that, right? As long as the badge is there, that's all that matters. Okay. So I like the way we're passing it around. See, but Mina, just that's not the best. Oh, Sevilla in here. Oh, they're playing it around. Oh, luckily Walcott was there. Mina and Pickford having all types of problems, just like against Wigan. I mean, it was. Ooh. Yeah, I really think the junior and kids kit should be a lot cheaper than what any team currently offers. I mean, obviously the parents are going to want to have one, or the parent, or however you work it. And so, maybe it should be exactly half the cost of what you pay for kids, or have like a special where if you buy an adult kit and a junior kit, you get a certain discount, because our little ones should have Everton kits and shirts. Did you get a name and a number on the back of your junior kit, Adam? If so, who'd you get? Yeah, Sevilla looking sharp. This is going to be a good challenge for us over 60 minutes, I think. Yeah, that is a little pricey, my friend. Oh, Delphi. Oh, come on. I'm not too concerned about Delph's defensive side of the game. I'm really not. I know he's not supposed to be a direct replacement for Ghana, but for what I've seen, and that's only been about uh, just under 50 minutes in an Everton jersey, I think he looks like a real player for us. Oh, see, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to be presumptuous. Richie for the little one. Yep. I got Gomez on the back of my away kit, and I didn't get one on my home kit. Probably get either Dean, or if we get a new signing for the third kit. Oh, here we go. Look at Luca bombing forward. Oh, too much on it. Too much on it. But decent. I love watching Luca get forward. Love it. Actually, I love watching any type of fullback getting forward. I really enjoy that the game has evolved into this recently over the past decade or so. It's Seamus getting stuck in, holding it up. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, don't mind me while I vape real quick. Hey, Robbie Rotten. If we could get a decent offer for Walcott, I would sell him, even though we are a little short in that position right now. But I don't think anyone's going to come in for him. I think he's quite content and happy at the club, and he can do a job if required. He wouldn't be my first choice or second choice or third choice to start on the right, but who we got right now, we got Richarlison that can play out on the right. Bernard could play out on the right, but you know, and that's what I would do. And I think he can do a job if necessary. But yeah, welcome in, Robbie Rotten. Good to see you again. Oh, getting Bernie on the shirt. Yeah, there's so many options. We actually have good players in multiple positions. Oh, oh. Oh, Gomez nice and strong. That's beautiful. Delph. Oh, here we go. Breaking. We're at speed. Oh, Theo. That was good counterattack. Good counterattack. Sorry about the vaping, but it's early. Oh, Delph's had his pocket picked here. Delph, in regards to Sevilla. And Mason's there though. Handball. Okay, let's take a break. Whew. I mean, Adam, Robbie, do we take preseason too seriously? Like, all I ever hear is it's about fitness, about getting minutes, it's about, integrating into the team and this and that. But we've only scored one goal in one, two, three, 3.5 games. Didn't have a shot on target versus Wigan. Like, surely the offensive side of the ball and the creativeness in the final third has to be at least a part of preseason. Yeah, I'm all about passing the ball around, looking pretty, and penetrating and trying to get into good positions. But I want to see the net bulge, man. And we can. And we did say the excuse of having the ass up front wasn't being creative enough. Not reliable. We've had DLC for the first half at Wigan, and now 9 minutes in here, and we're getting dominated. You know, Offensively, Sevilla were a lot better than what we are. They're a lot sharper. I just like seeing goals. That's it, really. It's so congested. I don't know if it's just me, but it's just really looked like the center of the park against all the teams we've played has been so congested. So Siggy can't get too involved, and we have to keep switching to play over and over again. I mean, long balls are beautiful and nice, but it just it's not really breaking teams open in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, see, we just got muscled out of it again in the center of the park. And then, DCL comes all the way back, and then there's nobody up top to follow through. But, oh, they tried some fancy stuff. Sheamus, here we go. Oh, that's a foul, referee. No, I think you're right about the plan B and plan C. We go down the right, we go down the left, we switch the play, we go down the left, we go down the right. I just, there's never really any probing balls until now. Oh, that should be a header. That was a great first time cross by Walcott, but that should be a header, Dominic. I don't know why you're going in with your left foot there. That's a little disconcerting, but good try, good play, lads. Good switch of play, good first time ball by Walcott. Just that finish by Dominic is. But see, that is the problem with Dominic Calvert-Lewin right there. It's not, the fact that his instinct right there was to go in with his feet is, Alan Shearer, Van Nistelrooy, Who else? Drogba. You know, you've got all the quality, instinctive centre forwards down the years. At least played in the Premier League. That would have been a diving header, hard and low to one the side of the goalkeepers, and that would have been in. But his instinct tells him to go in with his feet. Even big dunk. It's better. It's decent, but that should have been a finish. There we go. That's great one-touch passing there. Oh, of course it's hard to tell in the preseason, but that's the thing, right? That's kind of how it happened after the Liverpool game at Anfield, where Pickers made his mistake. Teams just looked at us and said, okay, well, here's what they're going to do. They're going to try and go down the outsides. They've got great fullbacks. They've got creative players like Richie and Bernard. We'll just, sit two banks of four, not move. We'll play the low block against them. And then we didn't have a solution, because there's plenty of games last season where, like Leicester at home and Brighton away, Fulham away, Palace away, where if we just had a plan B that we were comfortable with playing, we could have gotten points out of that, or at least not lost certain games where one goal was going to win those games. And because we didn't have a plan B or a C, we probably gave up 9 to 12 points last season, because if plan A doesn't work, we just... So that needs to be addressed really fast. But, when you only have Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Cenk Tosun to choose from up top, maybe Richarlison, you don't have depth at the outside players, the wingers or outside midfielders. You don't have any different players' choices for up top. It's just going to be the same plan over and over and over again. So we need not only depth in positions, but we need a variety of play styles at certain positions, and right now we just don't have that. I think I put too much Crown Royal in this. Okay, I just gotta look at something real quick. Okay, I'm back. Oh. Why am I not seeing this? I'm confused. Okay. Yeah, no, that's the problem with Theo, right? He's not the greatest defensively getting back. Corner ball in. Cleared away. Yeah, we're a little bit under the cosh right now. Okay. Well, that was an overhit ball. And that was pretty sad. But no, that's a good point. It all depends on the players we bring in, right? Because I think defensively we're sound. You know, we're a little light when it comes to backup for the center backs. Because right now we've got Holgate, Mina, Keane. That's three. You really need four. Baines and Dean on the left, no problems there. Seamus, backup can be Delph if necessary, could be Tom Davis if necessary, could be Mason Holgate if necessary. So I think at the back and goalkeeper, obviously, we're set. Our midfield, Delph, Gomez, Schneidlin if he stays, Tom Davis in the middle there. Ghana's gone, obviously. We all know that. So that's four players in there. I think one more would be decent, but it's up top in the creative position. Obviously Bernard's creative. He's a great player, but he needs to improve his assists and finishing. Richarlison, I got no problems about Richarlison. Oh, Dominic. That's what I'm talking about. It will be more of the same, Adam, if that is the quality of finishing that we get from Dominic and from Tosin if he stays and all that. That's not good enough. That right there is just not good enough. So left-footed right winger, a goal-scoring, instinctive fox in the box center forward, and then just players that can bring a different dimension to it. Neres, Ken, Zaha. That's what we need. Else it will be more of the same. You have to score those. And you have to score them with confidence. Like that should have just been, inside the foot, curling around, top bins. That's it. That's it. Oh, Bernard, beautiful. That breaks down again. But you have to score. It should be 2-0. It should be 2-0. Yeah, no, YouTube has an issue when it comes to some of the notifications and getting alerted when people come on. I barely get any of them. I only get it after people have uploaded, and usually not until, because we were both in the Toffee TV Q&A yesterday, and I didn't get a notification for that until like 35 minutes after Ped started streaming. So what, an hour after they went live, I finally got a notification saying that they were live and the stream was almost over. Well, Sevilla, a nice little plucky side though. Come on, we just need to win a cup. Let's stick it to the cup out and say we've already won a piece of silverware this season. The Opel Cup. Oh, okay. It's just really annoying that people can actually stream this game on their page and not, get it taken down. Well, they do get it taken down, but because they have a VPN and different IP addresses, they just get a page banned, and then that, because, it really is against the law to do that, and I can't risk my channel doing that. Because, I could have, 4,000 people in here right now. If I just wanted to steal Everton digital content and promote it and put it out there. Well, of course, it's embarrassing and unacceptable that we haven't won the League Cup. The fact that we went out of it last season to Southampton on penalties because Marco's naivete of putting that type of team out, and then don't even get me started on going out of the FA Cup to Millwall. That was, it's just things like that, right? You know, we're not talking about big, giant strides forward and just doing what Leicester did and, just coming out of nowhere and winning the league. Like, just a cup run, just a Wembley trip for the semi-final, right? A trip to the final, day out at Wembley. At least putting forth the effort. But that comes with squad depth. That comes with confidence. So, but losing to Millwall, that was totally unacceptable. Even more so unacceptable than that we haven't won the League Cup. That was disgraceful, especially with the draw that Millwall and the teams that played Millwall. How the draw went after that. If our name was in the bucket instead of Millwall, we would have got a pretty easy ride to the quarters or even the semis. Oh, there's lots of ups and downs. Oh, wait, hold on, giving away. Ah, there we go. Dean's in there. Oh, of course, ups and downs. Like I was saying in one of my comments to my videos today, last season under Allardyce, I don't remember the last time previously under Moyes, under Martinez, under Koeman's first season, I didn't sit there watching a game and us go 1-0 down and just turn the game off right away. After when Big Sam took over and I saw the type of football that we were playing, I just couldn't do it. I had better things to do. Because, like I said, I wake up early sometimes. So if we played an early game, 12:30 kickoff in the UK, 6:30 a.m. kickoff over here, and we go 1-0 down after 5 minutes away to Newcastle or away to, just some banter club in the middle of the league, I'd just turn it off because there's no way we were coming back with that pragmatic, boring, defensive, sluggish, gravy train, pie eating way of playing. So I just shut it off. I never once came back to the game afterwards and went, oh look, we went 1-0 down after 5 minutes and we ended up winning 2-1 or 3-1 or 3-2. I just woke up and went, oh look, we lost 1-0. So for 85 minutes we didn't do anything. But last season I didn't miss a minute. I've been to Goodison Park once in my lifetime, and that's how I became an Everton supporter. Right before we moved over to America, my father took me to a game. He was born in Swindon, in Wiltshire, and he was a Swindon Town supporter. And when Swindon were in the league, he took me to see Swindon versus Everton at Goodison. I think the result was 6-2 that day, and because my father was such a big Swindon Town supporter, and we were at Goodison, I just became a Blue that day. But I haven't been back since, because I haven't been back to the UK yet. But I do want to obviously get back to Goodison at some point before we move into Bramley Moor Dock. Oh, Dean's down. Dean's down, and Seamus is just getting all up in someone's face here. Oh, it's all kicking off. It's kicking off. Seamus doesn't take any shit, does he? But yeah, I've been to Goodison once. That's why I get called it. No, I'm not a top blue, but if people understand how much it actually costs to fly from the UK, I mean, from the US to the UK, hotels and all, I mean, it's literally an entire holiday in itself, couple of $1,000. And, you know, I want to go back to... So yeah, I mean, if I want to go back to Europe, it'd have to be for 3 or 4 weeks. You know, go check out all the different countries again: Germany, Spain, Portugal, France. Check out 1 or 2 Everton games. However, I will guarantee this: if Everton do get back into the Champions League in the next couple of years, I will be coming over. I'm planning my entire trip around Everton's Champions League games fixtures. But yeah, it's just a money and time off thing going back there, and plus because we are such a hit or miss team, I really don't want to. I mean, it's negative to say this, but I don't want to fly over there. Take this 8-9 hour flight. Say, oh, I'm going to go watch Everton at Goodison. I get all pumped up, and then we draw 0-0 with Norwich City. If you get what I'm saying. Oh, it's 2 30-minute halves. I thought it was going to play a straight 60 minutes. Okay, well, that's the end of the first half. Yeah, the home kit's growing on me more and more. I mean, maybe Theo just looks good in it, but... Okay. Oh, I can't believe those attempts by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I mean, one of those had to have gone in, right? One of those had to go in. Yeah, I mean, that second chance, I'm not too sure. He took it on the outside of it. Yeah, I just toe poked at it. Oh no, I don't think you're being harsh either. I think, again, we had 2 great opportunities. Dominic Calvert-Lewin went in with his feet when he should have gone in with his head, and he just wasn't composed after taking on his defender and put it way wide of the post. Like I said, there's a lot of players that would have eaten that up and just wouldn't even have to think about it. Just bam, header in, outside, inside the foot, Kurt to the far post. I mean, yeah, he's a young lad. He's still learning his trade day to day, but Robbie Rotten says, we're a big mess. I think we're just a big mess in the final third. I think, like I said, I think our defense is decent. I think it's solid, it's stable. I think the midfield, even though it's not overly flashy and overly creative, I think it is, it's a solid unit. But when it comes to Sigurdsson, Bernard, Walcott, and DCL, just not enough there. And that all hinges around the number 9 position. So, we need to do something about that. Moise Kean, Zaha, something needs to happen in the next 2 weeks. Because we know, we're not going to be harsh, but if this is our team... Hey, I'm always down to do videos with anybody at any time. Anything to do with Evertonians. I mean, I've tried to talk to the people that do, uh, podcasts and other videos just to see if they want a guest on or to have somebody come in and talk about Everton, but nobody ever gets back to me because they think I'm trying to promote my own channel, but it's not really a channel. It's just me getting up here and making semi-amateur videos and doing stuff like this watch along. Just because I think the Evertonians like to get together, and I really don't like because I don't have that many people that watch football over here in the United States, and to get my friends or some other people to get up at 6 a.m. to watch a game, it's just impossible. So I figured that I would just start doing watch-alongs and hanging out and seeing if people would want to come in and talk about it and keep me company while I watch games. Because otherwise, it's just me and the dogs yelling at a computer monitor or yelling at a TV screen, and that gets a little old after a while. But no, I'm always down to anything to do with Everton, and anything we can do to promote Everton and to promote and get the message out to other Evertonians. But I did set up a Discord channel for the Mr. Archer. So if people did want to chat or talk outside of uh, the streams that I do, because obviously we can talk back and forth if I'm typing, but the time differential when it comes to me talking, you hearing it, and you typing back is a little much to have decent conversations in real time. But I do have a Discord server for the Mr. Archer, so if you want that link, just tell me and I can put it in chat. Oh yeah, of course. We yeah, we can discuss that sometime today. Between the games, if you like, I'll be hanging out. And Adam, are you a patron on Toffee TV, or do you just watch their videos on YouTube? I should go check that out. Sorry, 1 second. It's halftime, so I don't need to comment on anything, but let's see. Oh, this Discord, man. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay. Almost back there, yeah. Oh, really? No, I really enjoy their shows. Um, I don't know how I got into Toffee TV. I just might have been looking for something on YouTube, and but yeah, I when I saw that they accepted match reactions from certain games, I got involved then. Just because I wanted to work on how to make videos and how to do things to get my confidence up. So when it comes to creating videos, because being in front of a camera talking on a microphone isn't the easiest thing to get accustomed to. But I think I do a decent enough job at it right now. So I'll be doing reaction videos for them and during the season and all that. So yeah, no, we should do some videos, because I think it's just good for other people to get their voices out and out there. And cause also, I think people learn a lot from when you think something, but then when you say it out loud, you reinforce. And sometimes even when you say something, you might believe something in your head, but then when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound quite as convincing. So no, it's good fun making videos and getting it out there. Okay, I'm done socializing. I'm done. Robbie Yerimina, obviously last season inconsistent, playing time wise. Injured, started the season, got his fitness, came in, did a decent job. Injured again, but because Keane and Zuma had outstanding performances, I think it was hard for him to get into the team. Then it's just difficult. I think he's the type of player that needs a run of games, A, and then B. I think he needs 5 or 10 minutes to settle into every single game he plays. He looks a little erratic, a little flustered for the first 5 minutes of a game, but after that, I think he's a solid defender. I think he needs to work on determining when to try and bring the ball out from the back, when to make, you know, the no look and first time pass out the back. Because we saw against Wigan, him and Pickford got in a little kerfuffle, communication issues, and then the first 3 minutes of this game, he looked a little unsteady. But other than that, I mean, I think once he beds into the club, beds into the team, and once he plays game in, game out, I don't think there should be any issue with Yerry Mina. Should be scoring more and getting more chances on the offensive side of the ball. And we've got corners or indirect free kicks. I mean, he's a beast. He should be getting more on target. Oh yeah, I have no problem with the goalkeeper position. I wouldn't, I think Pickford, Lurso, they'll do us for the season. I think defensively we're sharp, we look good. I think we're going to be very tough to break down and beat. But like you said, that'll only get you so far. That'll get you draws. That'll get you stalemates. That'll get you 1 point at a time if you have a great defense. Just got to work on the offensive side of the ball. Natty, welcome, welcome, welcome. I mean, Nanny. Oh, how you doing, my friend? How are you doing? Yeah, Natty is a fellow Toffee TV patron, obviously, but he's one of the first people to always comment on the videos and the content that I've put out. We talk a lot in the Discord. Good guy, good guy. Very knowledgeable of the club, obviously, as we all should be if we're going to spout our opinions and our opinion, all that on. Oh, look, Adam's there promoting. Like I said, it's just difficult. Yeah, well, I'm here doing my thing, trying to. It's now 6:45 a.m. in the morning in America, and this is what I do for the Toffees. This is what I do for fellow Evertonians. What do you think of the stadium? News, images, Natty. I'm sure you enjoyed it, but initial thoughts. Yeah, I'll say Sevilla's out there kicking around, having a good time. Where's Marco just laying into the lads? Okay. Are we coming back out? We got a new referee? No, never mind. It's the same referee. Okay, I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. I have to go let my dogs out. But I do agree. The design's wonderful. I think 52,000 going to 62,000. I don't think that's really feasible. I think if we had 55,000 going to 62,000, yeah. But when I get back, I'll discuss what one person said to me that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, one thing that I was always talking about was with Everton, of course, it's the ambition, and I consider ambition to be getting big players in, like we did with Richarlison last season. Players like Moise Kean, Zaha, Malcolm, that we could get in this season. I think Andre Gomez shows ambition, stuff like that. But it's also got to be outside of the club, right? I mean, we got to have a better sponsor, better, bigger, more willing sponsor on our shirt. But I was talking about 52,000 being a little low, and a commenter just like Natty here comments on most of my videos, and he had a good point. Jeff Thompson did, and he was talking about working with a capacity that works for the enjoyment of the supporters. Because we saw how steep it was, and how far away from the pitch is too far away. You call them nosebleed seats over here in America, because like I said, I've been to some stadiums. I've been to Notre Dame. I've been to the Orange Bowl in California. I've been to a lot of indoor arenas to see basketball games and to see other events, and literally, you're so far away from the action. If you don't have binoculars, you have to watch the live event on the big high definition screens, and you're better off staying at home and watching on TV than going to the actual event itself, if you just wanted to sit there and watch the activity that's being played or the performance that's going on. But because it's America, most people just like to go to yell and to scream and to get drunk and to, and that's fine if that's what you're there going for. But 52,000 allows all 52,000 to get a good view of the game, to be immersed in the singing and immersed with fellow Evertonians and have a full enjoyment. I think that should be taken into consideration for the capacity. I mean, you see some of those stadiums in like Brazil when they had the World Cup and other places you've been to. You're so far away that where's the real enjoyment except for just being there and being part of the occasion? Oh, here we go. 1 second. Oh, scuffed it right there, but that should have been 1-0 Sevilla. But no, I like the all around design. I think it's great for the community. I think it's great for Everton. Dan Meese has done a fantastic job of designing that. I think it takes into consideration what all Evertonians and most Liverpudlians can be thankful. Because don't forget, it's not only at the home of Everton Football Club, right? We want it to be great, but it also needs to take into consideration the history of that location, be a tourist attraction for people to come to Liverpool, so the businesses can thrive, so that tourism can thrive. So it's not just about us Evertonians and our football club, it's about a lot more than that, and I think that's all been taken into consideration and will continue to be taken into consideration, especially after the second consultation. But we are underway in the second half again, by the way, which I'm sure everyone understands and knows. But we didn't make any changes, did we? I don't think so. Okay. What are your thoughts on Zaha and Adiko? I mean, like, player-wise, talent-wise, and then, money-wise. I said give Tosin, Balassi, and McCarthy and 60 million. Get it done. Pay him 100, 120,000, 150,000 if we have to. But I think, again, when it comes to ambition and comes to a statement to be made for us, I think it'd be a great signing. If he's down for the project, you've got to get players in that are down for the project. Some people come for the money, some people come to win things. We can give the money, but if they want to be part of a team and a club that want desperately to get into Europe, and not only the Europa League, but definitely get into the Champions League in the next couple of years, that want to be a part of us transitioning from Goodison to Bramley Moordock, those are the players that we need. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I agree with that, Natty. But we can't promote them as Deadwood to Steve Parish and Roy Hodgson and just say, okay, well, we'll take your shining star. Here's Deadwood. You're gonna have to obviously say that Tosin fits into your system really well, strong, powerful, clinical finisher. You got to say that that Balassi. Balassi was already there, so there's no questions about Balassi. But you say, oh, hey, he's fit. He's looking sharper than he has in years. Still dangerous, consummate professional. And then McCarthy, he'll get stuck in. He'll do what you need to do. He can play alongside Milojevic in the center of the park. Nice and tidy player. Will give everything for the club. So you can't just say they're Deadwood, but I do agree they are Deadwood because I made that video. Welcome to Deadwood. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say they're not, but it's just about getting those players out the door, anyways. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people forget about Zaha is the fact that he's really the only, high quality, creative player in that Crystal Palace team. Ooh. But I think he'd flourish at any other team. I think he'd flourish at any team in the top six. I think he'd flourish at any other major teams in Europe. And I think he would do really, really well at Everton. Because it's not like he doesn't ever put in 100%. I just think his frustration and his, disappearing and not being fully involved in games sometimes comes down to the fact that he knows that the only way that Crystal Palace are going to win a game, score a goal, do anything creatively is if it goes through him. And, some people thrive on that type of pressure, like Ronaldo, Messi, but they don't really have, they're not in that position where they're the only high quality player on the team. So I think that pressure just gets to him sometimes. And it's probably hard to go out there every single day knowing that the entire fate of a result in a game is based on you not conceding goals, but then also you scoring goals. And I think coming in here, being able to share the goals with Sigurdsson, with Richarlison, with if Ken comes in, I think he'd be an outstanding player for us. Oh, here we go. Bernard. Oh, Bernard just seems to take one extra touch. One too many extra touches. Okay, here we go. Luka gonna whip it in. Always a fabulous delivery from Luka. There we go. Oh, Mason. Mason, you got to get on the end of that. 2 men down. We're just slaughtering people now. Okay. Yeah, no, Hodgson knows how everything works. I mean, maybe that's also what Zaha's, a reason to get out there too. I mean, Roy Hodgson's obviously not the most adventurous, forward-thinking manager out there. He's more pragmatic, Yeah, that's just what you're saying. Yeah. And plus, I mean, they say that the Zaha thing could possibly go down to the wire, but do Palace really want it to go down to the wire? Because they still got to replace Aaron Wan-Bissaka that went to Manchester United. They're going to have to replace Zaha, so they can't leave it too late. I just think it's kind of strange too that Palace said they would let him go because he's been a great service, but only to a Champions League club. But then Arsenal aren't in the Champions League, so now they probably have to backtrack on that a little bit. Okay. Oh, well in, Delph. Okay, Gomez. Barnstorm forward. Here we go. Oh, that's a foul. That didn't they just get taken out again? Man, Dean gets taken down so much. I mean, I don't think that he's super injured, but man, Seamus not happy about that. Seamus not happy at all. Oh yeah, studs right down the leg. That's disgraceful. Yeah, no, you're right. Digne needs to come off. We need to protect. Yeah, I agree with what those guys were saying about on the pitch stuff. Like, it's great to have the stadium news, and it's great for all the Everton, the community stuff. But a lot of people. Excuse me, real quick. It's mixing my bevy. Yeah, I think it is a big opportunity this season. Like I said, with Arsenal, not spending that big, not having the greatest defense in the world, Chelsea, transfer ban, new manager, Manchester United still, not the greatest club in the world, still never recovered from Alex Ferguson leaving. I think it's a ripe opportunity for us to at least bare minimum get into the top six comfortably. I'm not talking about grinding it out and fighting it out till the last day of the season. Number one priority: run in the Carabao or FA Cup. Winning the League Cup, I think it'd be fabulous. Get Europe taken care of right away. Even if it is Europa League, if we bring in the right players and we can challenge for top six comfortably, maybe even the top four is a possibility with the right players. But if this is the squad we've got now, with just additions of Delph, Lursol, and signing Gomez on a permanent, Europe in 7th place is the best that we can hope for, and that'll be a dogfight, like it was last season with Leicester, with Watford, with Wolves again, with West Ham. Like, the middle of the pack slobber knocker is not what I want to see again this season. And we need to cut the results out like last season, like the 2-0 away to Fulham, beating 2-0 up against Newcastle and throwing it away at 3-2, other results. But, without the squad depth to get us through the festive Christmas period and to get us, having full strength squads and teams without any loss in quality for the cup games, you can just kiss it all goodbye. And I don't like saying that, but facts is facts. Sevilla on the attack, tries to cross over. He's given a penalty. That's never a penalty. That's never a penalty. Not in all your life is that a penalty. That's never a pen. Never. Here goes the Opel Cup. Oh. Well, I don't want to be negative. I really don't, but that may be the game right there. I haven't seen enough on the offensive side. But who knows? We could come back from this, but I'm just not seeing enough going forward for us to get one, let alone 2 goals back. But no, we'll just fall back on the excuse of saying it's just preseason. We're just getting fitness levels up. We're just trying to get minutes under our belts. So the results not important. Okay. No, we haven't tested their goalkeeper. Not at all. It's just really confusing. We're barely probing. You know, we can get to the final third. Like right here, we get past the halfway line. We play it back. Yeah. Sigurdsson way too heavy. See, this here's the problem, right? This is where I and maybe other people are going to start getting negative. Every first touch is going to look like garbage. It's just hard not to. Cause if I'd have seen the endeavor and if it was like, oh, we've hit the bar, or we've hit the post, or we've tested their keeper, the goal's coming, but all we've done is blow 2 really really good chances, didn't take advantage, and it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth. And now they're probably just going to pass the ball around. They might not even be too adventurous. Now they can just hold on to this lead if they want to, because where's our threat come from? Yeah, it really hasn't been one. Yeah, no, it was. Of course, it was. It was the problem last season. Okay, never. Hold on. Bernard's breaking forward, cutting inside. Oh, but no, this is the story of what was going on last year. Like the amount of times that we go behind because of a mistake or. Oh, Delph, hold on again. We're going for it. Dean cross into the box. Oh, goalkeeper's there. Ah. But yeah, you blow too many chances early in the game. You don't take the initiative. You don't take the chances that are offered to you, and then they score. And then how are you going to come back? Because that's exactly what happened in that Fulham game, right? We went in at halftime, 0-0. We had great opportunities. Dominic had 2 or 3 chances. We could have gone in there at halftime, 1-2-0 up. We'd have put that game to bed. They were already relegated. they'd have thought that it was over. They'd have been just playing for personal pride. But when you're 2-0 down to Everton, obviously you'd think, oh, it's game over. What happens? We come out the second half, and within 2 minutes, they're 1-0 up. And we knew, because of what happened for the previous 45, that just wasn't going to be our day. I think the players on the pitch knew it wasn't going to be their day. And then we go 2-0 down, the game's over. But that would never have happened if we'd have taken those early chances and put them away, just like in this game. But that's okay. I mean, I think we've played really well in spurts. I think people have been looking fit, but I think Sevilla have just been sharper and obviously more clinical, and maybe got the rub of the green when it comes to luck. Okay, Siggy. Oh. I mean, that's a better header from DCL, but I mean, decent chance, but obviously could have been close to either of the corners, but it's a decent cross, it's a decent header. Oh, we're really putting in some work now with only 7 minutes left. Babysitting dramas. Oh, hey, we can all understand that, my friend. No, Natty, he's a young player. He's learning his trade. He's getting better every day. He's come on leaps and bounds since the start of last season. I mean, we could say all that, right? But net bulging equals progress for me. I don't care how many times you get into the right position. I don't care how many times you run the channels, how many times you hold the ball up. Yes, it's all part of the game, but you have to, it's like me. It's like me if I go to work and I get paid to run a machine, or I get paid to, do whatever my main task is. But then everyone compliments me on how well I take out the trash and the garbage, or how well I clean up after myself, or how well how polite I am to my fellow co-workers. That's not what my main job is. My main job is to do the main job. All the side stuff, it shouldn't really matter. He's a number 9. He should be a goal scorer. That's his main job, is to put the ball in the back of the net when given the opportunity. The fullbacks, the midfielders, their job is to create opportunities for the number 9 to put the ball in the back of the net. If they're doing their job and the number 9's not doing theirs, that's what it really comes down to. And that's not harsh, that's just reality, right? So yeah, no, that is our biggest, or my biggest concern, is we have to get a goal scorer. It's been way, way, way too long since we replaced, or even tried to replace, Romelu Lukaku. That was one of the biggest mistakes of Walsh and Koeman, and then obviously Cenk Tosun. That was always a Sam Allardyce signing for a Sam Allardyce team, for a Sam Allardyce formation. But once Marco came in, Cenk never had a chance of playing in a 4-3-3 or even a 4-2-3-1. That's just not his style. That's just not what he does. So our season literally hinges. The season literally hinges on us having a 15 to 20 goal clinical goal scorer. If we don't get that, kiss everything else goodbye. And I'm sure Marcel and Marco know that, but strikers are obviously the hardest position to buy quality in, to purchase goals, and really who scores 20 goals a season in the Premier League? Salah, Aguero, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Kane. And that's the reason. There's a reason they're at those clubs, and there's a reason that those clubs are the top 6 clubs in the country. But until we get one of those, it's just not. That's what I mean by comfortably getting into the top 6. Comfortably getting into the top 6 means blowing out the Sheffield Uniteds, blowing out the Norwiches, blowing out the Southamptons, blowing out the Crystal Palaces, slapping them 3-4-1, putting the game to bed after 15 to 20 minutes, just saying, oh, today you play Everton, we're going to ping it around you, we're going to, dazzle your defense, and our clinical striker's going to be there just to bang it in, and we're done. Halftime, 2-0, 3-1, whatever it is. We need to put games to bed early, and the only way you do that is by having a clinical striker that is just cold-blooded and all that good stuff. But if we're dilly-dallying around until the 70th, 80th minute, constantly causing chances, having shots on target, but not being able to take, the high percentage opportunities, it's just not going to happen. Well, looks like the first loss of the preseason in regulation time, obviously. And that's what Jordan does. Yeah, that sums up the entire game right there in Jordan Pickford's 59th minute free kick clearance that went straight out of bounds. Oh, very disheartening. Oh, nah, it's all over. Well, no, we did have good chances. I mean, it was close to a save, but okay. Well, I have to go walk my dogs for a little bit. No, that probably won't be such a bad thing, Natty. Yeah, I'll be back after I've walked my dogs for like 45 minutes. So thanks for you two guys at least sticking around and watching. Like I said, I wish I could show the game on stream, get lots more viewers, and get lots more people in here to discuss stuff. But I can't violate YouTube's terms of services and all that stuff. So I don't want to lose my channel when it's just starting to grow and bud. But thanks, Natty. I'll see you around, and I'll see everybody else around.